Hello and welcome. Welcome to Back to Basics 2.0 with me, your teacher, Natasha. So I'm very happy to be with you again. Day 4, okay? Day 4. This is podcast 4, episode 4. I'm super happy that we've gotten this far. It was a bit difficult at the beginning, but we're getting there little by little and we're getting through a lot of content, which is the most important thing, right? That you're improving your English and that I'm here to help you. So I'm very happy about that. Now, what are we going to do today? Today in Vocab VORTEX, we're going to continue working on book 20 from Objetivo Inglés. Remember that we're working on the beginner books, the beginner section from these books. This is book 20, topic 2. Today's topic is at the sweet shop, okay? En la tienda de chuches, at the sweet shop, okay? And we're going to work on the verb to give, okay? To give, for example, I will give him the lollipop. I will give the lollipop to him, okay? So we'll see this later on. In Russian roulette today, we're going to work on very and really. We're also going to review vocabulary that has to do with job positions, before and after, shopping at the electrical store, and if we get time, we'll also work on opposites, okay? But the first thing that we need to do, you know what it is, we need to review our previous class, okay? So we need to review episode 3. We need to review episode 3, so let's go to our review section. Okay, so our review section, what are we going to review? In yesterday's class, we were working on feel, okay? We were working on book 15 from Vaughan Certified English, and we were working on the verb to feel. More specifically, we were working on to feel blue and to feel down, to talk about feeling sad, right? We were working on to feel dizzy, sentirse mareado, to feel guilty, sentirse culpable, to feel under the weather, okay, as a synonym for to feel sick or to feel ill, and to feel homesick, tener morriña or sentir morriña would be to feel homesick, okay? I'd like to review all of these expressions, okay? And we're going to do this with some questions, okay? The questions that we didn't get to answer yesterday, we're going to answer today, yesterday, or whenever it is that this podcast came out in the previous show, okay? So answer this question. Is there something you eat when you're feeling down? Okay, cuando estás triste. Is there something you eat when you're feeling down? I mean, it's not good what I'm going to say, but yes, like I like eating rubbish when I'm feeling down, okay? I just want to eat rubbish when I'm feeling down or when I'm feeling ill. I like eating chips and just rubbish in general. I don't know why, but that's what I like. A lot of people like eating ice cream when they're feeling down, right? Or when they're feeling blue. Now, do you ever feel dizzy when you're on a ride, en una atracción? Okay, for example, on a roller coaster, una montaña rusa. So, for example, when you're on a ride, do you ever feel dizzy? Yes, I usually feel dizzy on rides. I'm not very good on rides because I usually feel dizzy. Next one. What can I do if I'm feeling under the weather? What can I do if I'm feeling under the weather? Remember, to feel under the weather is to feel sick or to feel ill. Well, maybe you would say, Natasha, if you're feeling under the weather, you should rest. Deberías descansar. You should rest. For example, next one. Ask me if I think I'll always feel homesick. Okay, so Natasha, do you think you will, contracted, you'll. Do you think you'll always feel homesick? Yes, I do. I think I'll feel homesick all my life. I think I really will, because as I said in our previous show, ever since I moved when I was 12, I've always felt homesick, and now I'm back in Australia and I feel homesick because I miss people in the different countries I've been in, and I miss things about the different countries. And now that I'm back here, I miss things from Spain and from Argentina. So yeah, I think I will always feel a little bit homesick. Okay, next one. Where am I? Yes. Ask me how often I feel blue. Ask me how often I feel blue. Natasha, how often do you feel blue? How often do you feel blue? I occasionally feel blue. I occasionally feel down. And if you miss work tomorrow, si faltas al trabajo, if you miss work tomorrow, will you feel guilty? Because yes, if I miss work tomorrow, I'll feel guilty. Me sentiré culpable. Next one. Do you usually feel down at Christmas time? Do you usually feel down or feel blue at Christmas time? Yes, I'm happy on the one side, but sometimes you feel a little bit blue at Christmas time, right? Because, I don't know, you remember people that aren't there anymore, and sometimes it can be a little bit depressing. So yes, I sometimes feel blue or feel sad at Christmas time. And ask me if I felt under the weather 3 weeks ago. Natasha, did you feel under the weather 3 weeks ago? Yes, it's when I had COVID. So yes, I felt under the weather 3 weeks ago. And do you feel down or do you feel blue on cloudy days? You know that my answer is yes. I feel down, I feel blue on cloudy days. And do you feel homesick when you go on holidays? I don't. I don't feel homesick when I go on holidays. I don't usually feel homesick when I go on holidays because I'm on holidays. And finally, what's the most common reason, la razón más común, what's the most common reason you feel guilty? Well, with me, it's easy. Anything that has to do with Luna and Leo, I feel guilty about. That's it. Like if I feel guilty, it probably has to do with Luna and Leo. So I'm either, I don't know, whatever. It could be that I didn't speak to them properly, that I didn't play enough with them, that I didn't do this, that I didn't do that, that I did this, that I did that. It always has to do with Luna and Leo. Okay, so now that we've reviewed those expressions, let's go to our second section of the day. Let's go to Vocab Vortex. Okay, Vocab Vortex. What are we doing in today's class? Okay, so remember we're following the books from Objetivo Inglés. This is book 15. This is book 20. This is book 20. And as I said, we're going to talk about una tienda de chuches, una tienda de dulces, right? A sweet shop. In American English, this would be a candy store. A candy store. In Australian English, in case you want to know, it would be a lolly shop. Lollies, because we call sweets or candy, we call them lollies, okay? But in any case, just the two general ways, American English, British English, sweet shop or candy store, okay? Porque store is shop in American English, okay? So candy store. So let's have a look at the vocabulary first. I'll say the concepts in Spanish, you say them in English, okay, like always. And just remember to write down the pronunciation, okay, if it's something tricky. So in your notebooks, have a section for vocabulary, have a section for pronunciation, and write down, okay, the pronunciation, the way you hear it, so you can practice this later on, okay? So caramelos is sweets in British English, and candy in American English. Cuidado, sweets in British English is a countable noun. You can say, give me 3 sweets. Candy, on the other hand, is uncountable. Okay, give me some candy. Okay, it's uncountable. Next one. Nubes, esponjas. Marshmallows. Marshmallows. Emphasis on the first syllable. Marshmallows. Very good. Gominolas. Wine gums. Now, personally, I don't say wine gums. I don't know what I say. I say gums. I think I just say gums. But it must be common in British English, wine gums, como vino, okay? Como gominolas de vino, okay? Wine gums. Bombones, chocolates. Chocolates. So this is an interesting word. First of all, let's start working on the pronunciation, okay? Chocolate, en general, en inglés, se pronuncia chocolate. 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 Okay? Chocolate, nada de chocolate. Chocolate, no, 2 sílabas. Chocolate, okay? Now, chocolate, as a general term, cuando significa chocolate, es incontable. It's uncountable. Okay, would you like some chocolate? Okay? If we put it in the plural, then the meaning changes. And the meaning is bombones. Okay? Para decir chocolate, chocolate. Bombones, chocolates in the plural. So how many chocolates would you like? ¿Cuántos bombones quieres? Okay? So careful with that. Next one. Un puñado de. A handful of. A handful. Okay? Viene de una mano llena. A handful of something. Una bolsa de. A bag of. A bag of. Very good. Una tableta de. A bar of. Bar. A bar of. Una barra de. A bar of. And caja, surtido. A selection box. A selection box. Okay? So a selection box, I mean, it could be anything really. It could be a candy selection box, a chocolate selection box. It could be anything, right? Okay. Translate the following sentences, but before you do, let me just explain very quickly what we're going to work on. We're going to work on I want, quiero, okay, seguido de I want to eat, okay, no, sorry, perdón, vamos a ver, quiero regalarle, I want to give him. Vamos a ver, primero de todo, si yo digo I want to give him, for example, a lollipop, un chupa chups, okay? I want to give him a lollipop. Cuando pongo him directamente después de give, es así el orden. I want to give him a lollipop, sin ninguna preposición. Ahora, cuando cambio el orden y pongo lo que quiero dar después de give y después hablo de la persona, ahí sí que tengo que poner to. I want to give him, no, perdón, I want to give a lollipop to him. I want to give a lollipop to him. I want to give him a lollipop, but I want to give a lollipop to him. Okay? So, translate these sentences, okay? Quiero regalarle a él una caja de bombones. I'll say it again. Quiero regalarle a él una caja de bombones. I want to give him a box of chocolates. I want to give him a box of chocolates. Or, I want to give a box of chocolates to him. I want to give a box of chocolates to him. Very good. Next one. Quiero regalarles a ellos un surtido. Okay, so I want to give them a selection box. I want to give them a selection box. Or I want to give a selection box to them. I want to give a selection box to them. Very good. Next one. Quiero regalar a mis niños una bolsa grande de caramelos. I'll say it again. Quiero regalar a mis niños una bolsa grande de caramelos. I want to give my children a big bag of sweets. I want to give my children a big bag of candy. I want to give my children a big bag of lollies, right? Okay, now let's say it the other way around. I want to give my children, I want to give a big bag of sweets to my children. I want to give a big bag of candy to my children. I want to give a big bag of lollies to my children. Very good. Next one. Quiero regalarle a él una caja de bombones. Okay? Quiero regalarle una caja de bombones. Ready? I want to give a box of chocolates to him. I want to give him a box of chocolates. Very good. Next one. Quiero regalarles a ellos un puñado de gominolas. Quiero regalarles un puñado de gominolas. I want to give a handful of wine gums to them. I want to give them a handful of wine gums. Very good. And finally, quiero regalarles una bolsa de nubes a mis hijos. Quiero regalarles una bolsa de nubes a mis hijos. I want to give a bag of marshmallows to my children. I want to give my children a bag of marshmallows. Very good, very, very good. Okay, let's continue. And now we're going to do something where you're going to rephrase. Okay, primero yo lo voy a decir de una forma. Okay, yo lo voy a decir directamente. I want to give him a lollipop, and you're going to change the order. Okay, so that you're saying I want to give a lollipop to him. Okay, the first three are like that, and then we'll do it the other way around. Lo haremos al revés. Okay, so I want to give him a handful of sweets. I want to give him a handful of sweets. So the other way of saying it. Very good. I want to give a handful, un puñado. I want to give a handful of sweets to him. Well done. Next one. She wants to give me a bar of chocolate. She wants to give me a bar of chocolate. She wants to give a bar of chocolate to me. Very good. Next one. They want to give Sarah a bag of marshmallows. They want to give Sarah a bag of marshmallows. So turn it around. Very good. They want to give a bag of marshmallows to Sarah. Very good. Now we're going to do it the other way around. Yo voy a usar to give something to someone, and you have to rephrase it with to give someone something. Okay? I want to give my grandmother a selection box of chocolates. I want to give my grandmother a selection box of chocolates. Very good. And the answer is, I want to give a selection box of, no, eso es lo que dije. I want to give a selection box of chocolates to my grandmother. O sea que al final estamos haciendo lo mismo que antes. Vosotros con to y no al... Da igual. I want to give my grandmother a selection box of chocolates. No. I want to give a selection box of chocolates to my grandmother. I'm going to tell you what the problem is, okay? If you want to know why I'm confused, it's because I'm trying to look at the camera, so I just glance, miro así rápidamente, I glance at the computer, and I can't even remember what I've read. So yes, that's my problem. Too many things going on at once. I'm looking at the screen, I'm looking at the phone, I'm thinking about my voice. It's just a lot to take on, okay? But that's not your problem, it's my problem. Seguimos con la siguiente frase. He wants to give his child a handful of wine gums. He wants to give his child a handful of wine gums. So he wants to give a handful of wine gums to his child. Very good. And finally, they want to give Johnny a bag of candy. They want to give Johnny a bag of candy. I can't even speak. They want to give a bag of candy to Johnny. Okay. Very good. You did an excellent job. Now, what are we going to work on now? Now, I'm going to say the sentence in the present, and I want you to say it in the past. So, every day I give, and yesterday I gave. Very good. Okay, so the past of give is gave. Cuidado con la V, okay? Es una V vibrada. Gave. gave. Okay, so put these sentences in the past. Sarah gives me a bar of chocolate for my birthday every year. And last year? Very good. Sarah gave me a bar of chocolate for my birthday last year. Very good. Next one. My dad gives me a box of chocolates for my birthday every year. And last year? Very good. My dad gave me a box of chocolates for my birthday last year. Very good. Next one. I give my girlfriend a selection box of sweets for her birthday every year. And last year? Very good. I gave my girlfriend a selection box of sweets for her birthday last year. Next one. My granddad gives a handful of candy to me for my birthday every year. Very good. My granddad gave me a handful of candy to me for my birthday last year. Very good. Next one. I give a bag of marshmallows to Leonard for his birthday every year. I gave, well done, a bag of marshmallows to Leonard for his birthday last year. And the last one. My dad gives me a selection box of wine gums for my birthday every year. Very, very good. My dad gave me a selection box of wine gums for my birthday last year. Very good. Okay, so now that we've done that, let's review. Okay, let's review. Remember, okay, if you want to access these notes, not the ones that we were doing from the book, but these notes, my own notes from the class, remember you can follow me on, you can become a member on Patreon for just €5 a month. You can have access to all my drills, all of my exercises, anything that I've created, I will put it there, okay? So you can find me on Back to Basics with Natasha Pascua on Patreon, okay? And that way it's easier to follow the class and it's easier to study, okay? Remember as well, if you want to have a class with me, okay? A live class with me, or access it later on, or access any of the live classes or the different content that's on the English Collective, you can go to theenglishcollective.com, and with my name, Natasha, the code Natasha, you will get the first month completely free and the second month 50% off, okay? And as of month 3, it's €20 a month. So month 1, you'll be paying 0. Month 2, you'll be paying €10, and month 3, you'll start paying €20 a month, which is nothing, you know, because it's less than a private class, okay? So, as I was saying, let's practice this, okay? Let's start by practicing the vocabulary, el vocabulario, okay? How are we going to practice this? I'm going to say a sentence and you have to form the question. For example, she eats sweets every day. Todos los días, okay? She eats sweets every day. What's the question? Very good. How often does she eat sweets? How often does she eat sweets? Very good. The marshmallows cost €3. Very good. How much do the marshmallows cost? How much do the marshmallows cost? Very good. Next one. He doesn't want any wine gums because he's on a diet. He doesn't want any wine gums because he's on a diet. What's the question? Very good. Why doesn't he want any wine gums? Why doesn't he want any wine gums? Very good. Next one. She always keeps a bag of candy. Sorry, one more time. She always keeps a bag of candy in her desk at work. En su escritorio, right? So, she always keeps a bag of candy in her desk at work. So, where does she keep a bag of candy at work? Where does she keep a bag of candy at work? Very good. Next one. He often has a handful of sweets as a quick snack. He often has a handful of sweets as a quick snack. What's the question? What does he often have as a quick snack? What does he often have as a quick Snack. Very good. My friend buys a bar of dark chocolate every week. My friend buys a bar, una tableta, a bar of dark chocolate every week. Very good. And the question is, how often does your friend buy a bar of dark chocolate? How often does your friend buy a bar of dark chocolate? Very good. Next one. I eat marshmallows during summer evenings. I eat marshmallows during summer evenings. What's the question? When? When do you eat marshmallows? When do you eat marshmallows? Very good. Next one. They give out, reparten. They give out sweets to kids on Halloween. They give out sweets to kids on Halloween. ¿Qué reparten? Eso es lo que quiero que preguntéis. What do they give out on Halloween? What do they give out on Halloween? Very good. Next one. She doesn't like wine gums because they're too chewy. Chewy. Okay, como el que me esté escuchando ahora mismo no sabe lo. Let me look for the translation of chewy because my explanation of chewy was a disaster just now. It was a disaster. Lo actué, pero no sé si se entendió. Chewy translation into Spanish. Let's see what chewy is. Como mastica. Correosa. Is it that? Fibroso. Bueno, no sé. Bueno. Gomoso. Gomoso. I think maybe gomoso. I think that would be the best. Yeah, maybe gomoso. Gomoso, okay? So the sentence, I think that, is a very, very good way to explain it. Those of you that can see me right now, I think it's the perfect translation, okay? So she doesn't like wine gums because they're too chewy. And the question is, why doesn't she like wine gums? Why doesn't she like wine gums? Very good. The last one. I keep a selection box of candies in my kitchen. I keep a selection box of candies in my kitchen. What's the question? Where do you keep a selection box of candies? Or candy, right? Where do you keep a selection box of candy? Very good. Okay, so now we're going to review to give. To give someone something or to give something to someone, okay? So I'm going to say the sentence in Spanish and you have to translate using both structures, okay? So, dale el libro a él. Give him the book. Give him the book. Or give the book to him. Give the book to him. Well done. Next one. No quiero darte mi comida. I don't want to give you my food. I don't want to give you my food. I don't want to give my food to you. Very good. Next one. ¿Puedes darme tu número de teléfono? Can you give me your phone number? Can you give your phone number to me? Very good. Next one. Ellos no quieren darnos ningún consejo. They don't want to give us any advice. They don't want to give us any advice. They don't want to give any advice to us. They don't want to give any advice to us. Very good. Next one. Por favor, dale un regalo. Por favor, dale un regalo. Please, give him a gift. Please give a gift to him. Remember that gift and present are synonyms. Gift is used in British English and present is used in American English. So you choose, okay? Next one. ¿Cuándo les dará ella el dinero? ¿Cuándo les dará ella el dinero? When will she give them the money? When will she give them the money? When will she give the money to them? When will she give the money? Ma. Esta O se pronuncia como una A. Money, okay? When will she give the money to them? Very good. Necesito darle el informe. Perdón, necesito dar darle el informe al jefe. Necesito darle el informe al jefe. I need to give the boss the report. I need to give the boss the report. Or, I need to give the report to the boss. I need to give the report to the boss. Careful with the pronunciation of report. Report. Nada de report. Report, okay? A él le gusta dar flores a sus amigos. He likes giving his friends flowers. He likes giving flowers to his friends. Remember, after like, we have two options. We can also say he likes to give his friends flowers. He likes to give flowers to his friends. Very good. Next one. ¿Cuándo vas a darme el libro? ¿Cuándo vas a darme el libro? When are you going to give me the book? When are you going to give the book to me? Very good. Two more. Ella quiere darte un regalo. She wants to give you a gift. She wants to give a gift to you. And the last one is, no deberías darles tus contraseñas. You shouldn't give them your passwords. You shouldn't give them your passwords. Or, you shouldn't give your passwords to them. Very good. Good job. Okay, so the next thing that we're going to practice is give in the past simple. Okay, so remember, every day I give and yesterday I gave. Gave. Okay? I'm going to say a sentence in the present. You have to put it in the past. Ready? I give my friend a gift for Christmas. I give my friend a gift for Christmas. Very good. I gave my friend a gift for Christmas. Very good. She gives her teacher an apple every day. She gave her teacher an apple yesterday. Cuidado con la pronunciación de apple. Apple, no. Apple, pull. ¿Cómo se dice? Pull, de tirar. Pull, apple, okay? They give their dogs treats, okay? So nice, yummy things, okay? So like, you know, things that they like, treats. They give their dog treats when it behaves well, cuando se porta bien. They gave their dog treats when it behaved well. Very good. He gives his sister a ride to school in the morning. He gave his sister a ride to school in the morning. Okay, so he took her by car. Okay, next one. We give our neighbor cookies on special occasions. We gave our neighbor cookies on a special occasion. Next one. She gives her dad a handmade card. Okay, una tarjeta hecha a mano. Handmade. Okay, so she gives her dad a handmade card for Father's Day. Very, very good, okay? So she gave her dad a handmade card on Father's Day. Very good. I give my brother advice when he needs it. I gave my brother advice when he needed it, right? Very good. Two more. She gives her best friend a hug when they meet. She gave, very good, her best friend a hug when they met. And the last one. I give my niece, sobrina, niece. I give my niece a birthday present every year. I gave my niece a birthday present last year. Very good. You did an excellent job reviewing this content, okay? Reviewing the vocabulary that we need when we go to a sweet shop. And now we're ready to go to our third section of the day. Let's go to Russian roulette. Okay, welcome back to Russian roulette, right? We're going to start with Russian roulette. Before we start, let me just remind you that if you want to stay updated, if you want me to tell you what the new projects are, what's happening, when an episode has been uploaded or whatever, you can follow me on social media, okay? on Twitter, okay? You can follow me at Tash Pascua, todo junto, TASHPASCUA, or on Instagram, dash.pascua, TASH.pascua, okay? Remember as well that if you'd like access to the content from these class, to my exercises that I created for this class, then you can follow me on Patreon, Back to Basics with Natasha Pascua, and maybe, actually, write in the comments. Let's see how interested you are. I was thinking that one of the options on Patreon, for example, could be that for, I don't know how much a month, I still have to think of this, but one of the options could be that we have a live class reviewing the content from the show. Okay, so let me know if this would be interesting for you. So imagine that, I don't know how often, I still don't know, but imagine that every 3 classes or every 2 classes or every 4 classes or 5 classes, I'm not too sure, we have a class, a live class where you study the content, you listen to the podcast, you study the content, and we have a class reviewing everything and testing your knowledge so you know if you can move forward or not. Okay, so that's an idea. Let me know if you're interested. Write to me. Let me know if this is something that would interest you, okay? Okay, so let's start with Russian roulette. Let's start with very and really. Very and really, okay? Dos formas de decir muy. Really es un poquito más informal, okay? Pero muy natural también, okay? For example, the day is really cloudy. Está muy nublado. The day is really cloudy. The day is very cloudy. You can say both. Let's work on the pronunciation first. Very, con una V vibrada. Very, ¿ok? Y después tenemos really, really. Okay, careful. Really? No. Really. Con una I larga. Let's start with very and then we'll work on really. Es muy grande. It's very big. It's very big. Ese coche es muy caro. That car is very expensive. That car is very expensive. Mi prima es muy guapa. My cousin is very pretty, is very beautiful. My cousin. Cousin. Zin. My cousin, actually look at my mouth. Ka, okay, como si fuera una A. Y después zin, zin. Casi no abro la boca, no digo sin. Sin no. Zin, zin, zin. Okay, my cousin. My cousin is very pretty, very good. Los jugadores de baloncesto son muy altos. Basketball players are very tall. Basketball players are very tall. Su piso de ellos es muy pequeño. Their flat is very small. Small, no. Small. Their flat is very small. Sus padres de ella no son muy ricos. Her parents aren't very rich. Her parents aren't very rich. Very good. El café está muy dulce. The coffee is very sweet. The coffee is very sweet. Very good. Now we're going to practice really. Okay, the synonym really. Esto es muy bonito. This is really nice. This is really nice. Estamos muy cansados. We're really tired. We're really tired. Han llegado muy tarde. They're really late. They're really late. El libro es muy interesante. The book is really interesting. 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 3 syllables. Emphasis on the first syllable. Interesting? No. Interesting. Interesting. Okay? Interest, como si fuera 3 con acento guiri. Interesting. Okay? So let's say this again. The book is really interesting. Very good. Ella está muy sorprendida. She's really surprised. Surprised. Se escribe con una U, pero no dice surprised. Su, no. Surprised. 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 Okay, so let's say this again. She's really surprised. Tu perro es muy mono. Your dog is really cute. Your dog is really cute. Ese vestido es muy barato. That dress is really cheap. Cheap. También otra palabra con una I larga, porque si digo chip es patata. ¿Ok? Patata frita. So it's not un chip también. Pero no es chip, es cheap. Okay, so that dress is really cheap. Very good. Okay, so let's continue practicing this. Okay, we're going to practice very and really, both. Okay, but in this case, I'm going to ask you a question and you have to say the opposite. For example, if I say, is he short? Es bajito. Is he short? You have to say, no, he's very tall. No, he's really tall. Okay, you're going to use both. Ready? Is the movie boring? No, it's really interesting. No, it's very interesting. Very good. Next one. Is your house far? No, it's very near. No, it's really near. Very good. No sé cuál estoy diciendo primero, si really or very, but it doesn't matter. Next one. Is the report long? No, it's very short. No, it's really short. Very good. Next one. Is your dress new? No, it's very old. No, it's really old. Very good. Next one. Is that ring expensive? No, it's very cheap. No, it's really cheap. Very good. Next one. Is the water cold? No, it's really hot. No, it's very hot. Well done. Is the mirror clean? El espejo está limpio. Okay. Is the mirror clean? No, it's very dirty. No, it's really dirty. Very good. Next one. Is the class easy? Is the class easy? No, it's very difficult. No, it's really difficult. The last one. Is that sport safe? ¿Es seguro ese deporte? Is that sport safe? No, it's very dangerous. No, it's really dangerous. Very good. Good job. Okay, so now let's review vocabulary that has to do with job positions in general. Okay, so different job positions. So let's have a look at the vocab, then we'll practice it with some exercises. Puesto. Role, okay, or position. Role or position. Becario. Intern. Emphasis on the first syllable. Intern. Very good. Asistente. Assistant. Assistant. Tint. Tint. Nada de tant. Assistant, no. Assistant. Tint. Tint. Assistant. Recepcionista. Receptionist. Shh, shh, shh. Receptionist. Very good. Técnico de informática. IT guy or IT technician. IT guy or IT technician. Gerente o director. Manager. Manager. Ja. Manager. Very good. Jefe de departamento. Head of department. Head of department. Líder de equipo. Team leader. Team. Otra I larga. Team leader. Director general. CEO. Okay, CEO. CEO. Very good. Okay, so translate these sentences. ¿Fuiste becario aquí? ¿Fuiste becario aquí? Were you an intern here? Okay, lo que decimos es un becario. Remember that with professions, we use a or an. So I am a student. He is a lawyer. She is a teacher. You are a hairdresser. Okay, with professions we use a and an in the singular, of course. Okay, fuiste becario aquí. Were you an intern here? No encuentro un buen líder de equipo para este puesto. No encuentro un buen líder de equipo para este puesto. I can't find a good team leader for this role. I can't find a good team leader for this role. Very good. ¿Es él la persona correcta para el puesto de director? ¿Okay? ¿Es él la persona correcta para el puesto de director? Is he the right person for the role of manager? Is he the right person for the role of manager? Very good. Ella fue directora, es una pregunta, ¿ella fue directora general de la empresa el año pasado? ¿Ella fue directora general de la empresa el año pasado? Was she CEO of the company last year? Was she CEO of the company last year? Remember, last year, el año pasado. No decimos the last year, ¿ok? Decimos simplemente last year. Y esto ocurre con last year, last week, last month. También ocurre con next, next year, next week, next month. We don't say the next or the last, ¿ok? Next one. Trabajé ahí como técnico de informática. I worked there as an IT technician. Okay, to work as. Remember that we used to work as and not to work like. Okay, work like lo podríamos usar, pero cuando estamos hablando de algo como más metafórico, ¿no? Como un ejemplo no real. Es decir, I worked like an ant, como una hormiguita. I worked like an ant. ¿Yo soy una hormiga? No. Y por eso puedo usar like. Okay, pero si digo, I worked as a teacher, okay, I worked as a teacher. Am I a teacher? Yes, and that's why I use as, okay? Para simplificarlo, si podría reemplazarlo con el verb to be y significa lo mismo, es que vamos a usar as. Por ejemplo, I was a teacher. Does that make sense? I was a teacher. I worked as a teacher, okay? Next one. No encontramos un recepcionista profesional para el puesto. We can't find a professional receptionist for the position. We can't find a professional receptionist for the position. ¿Fue usted el asistente de la señora Jasper desde abril, hasta diciembre? I'll say it again. ¿Fue usted el asistente de la señora Jasper desde abril hasta diciembre? Were you Mrs. Ya sabía yo que iba a tener un problema aquí. Were you Mrs. Jasper's assistant from April to December? I'll say it again. Were you Mrs. Jasper's assistant? Okay? El asistente de la señora Jasper. Were you Mrs. Jasper's assistant from April to December? Very good. Next one. Soy becario en el departamento de informática. I'm an intern in the IT department. I'm an intern in the IT department. Who was the manager there? ¿Quién? I said it in English first. Okay, so this is the problem. When there are only a few minutes left in the class, my brain starts going crazy. And I can hear the dogs. So, ¿quién fue el director ahí? Who was the manager there? Who was the manager there? Tenemos nuevo jefe de departamento. We have a new head of department. We have a new head of department. Didn't you miss me? Didn't you miss me making mistakes and doing this? Doesn't matter if the podcast is here, in China, in Turkey. This is just me. This is me. Okay, so let's continue. And now we're going to review before and after. Antes y después. Okay? This is another exercise that we did last week in the live class on the English collective. Okay? So English collection. Sorry. In the English collection, or collective. Soy un desastre. Lo que haya dicho en algún momento es eso. Espera. I'm going to look just in case because otherwise people will kill me. The English collective. Okay, so remember that if you want a live class, a proper live class where I'm not going to make mistakes, well, I can't promise that. But if you want to participate and also have access to a lot of different content and classes with a lot of different teachers, then you can go to the English Collective, and remember, if you use the code Natasha, you will get a discount. Month 1 will be free, month 2, 50% off, okay? So we did this exercise Let's do it here and let's review, okay? Remember that after the words, después de las palabras before and after, si viene un verbo, tenemos que usar ing. Por ejemplo, llámame después de ir al cine. Antes de ir al cine. Llámame antes de ir al cine. Call me before going to the cinema. Call me before going to the cinema. Díselo después de desayunar. Tell him after having breakfast. Tell him after having breakfast. Very good. Habla con él antes de decidirlo. Speak to him before deciding. Speak to him before deciding. Llámale después de comerte el helado. Call him after eating the ice cream. Call him after having the ice cream. Very good. Haz la compra después de ir al médico. Do the shopping after going to the doctor's. Okay, I'll say it again. Do the shopping after going to the doctor's. Remember, do the shopping, not make. Okay, we do the shopping. Very good. Véndelo antes de buscar otra casa. Sell it before looking for another house. Sell it before looking for another house. Llámala antes de reunirte con ella. Call her before having a meeting with her or before meeting with her. Call her before meeting with her. One more, okay? Abre la botella antes de cenar. Open the bottle before having dinner. Open the bottle before having dinner. Very good. You did an excellent job. Okay, so what did we do today? Today in Vocab Vortex, we were working on vocabulary that has to do with the sweet shop. Remember, we can say sweet, sweets, candy, or lollies in Australian English too. And then we worked on the verb to give someone something, to give him a lollipop, or to give a lollipop to him, right? And then in Russian Roulette today, we worked on very and really. We worked on vocabulary that we need when talking about job positions. We worked on before and after. Now, what are we going to do in our next class? Slowly, but surely, we're getting the hang of this, okay? So in our next class, we're going to continue working on feel, but this time we're going to have a pronunciation class, and we're going to really focus on feel. And then in our bonus section, we're going to work on more words, working on the pronunciation of these words, okay? And in Russian Roulette, in our next class, we're going to work on vocabulary that we need when shopping at the electrical store, opposites, get plus adjectives, okay? We're going to review that. We saw that, I think, in class 1, the Saxon genitive, and as much as, okay? So have a wonderful day, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.